President Trump taunted Bernie Sanders and his followers by conjuring up the bad memories of 2016 when the upstart socialist was cheated out of the Democratic Party nomination by Hillary Clinton's cronies at the DNC. Despite Hillary's premature coronation, the cagey old crank was able to assemble a flock of devout adherents largely through his preaching of the gospel of free stuff and racked up multiple primary wins against a formidable political machine. Had it not been for Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who ran the DNC like a racket for the Clintons, Sanders and his activist army could have pulled off the upset and, God forbid, possibly won the White House, from where he would have commenced with dismantling the capitalist system. Urgent 2020 poll, Trump or Bernie? Alas, Bernie was screwed, and much to the dismay of his loyalists, he then fell in line and became a shill for Hillary, and the wounds linger to this day as the party establishment once again readies itself to thwart the revolution. When it comes to trolling, there are few better than Trump, who took to Twitter where he taunted Bernie's lack of anger and indignation over the DNC's quest to sink his candidacy once again. For the more traditional, but not very bright, sleepy Joe Biden. Here we go again, Bernie, but this time please show a little more anger and indignation when you get screwed. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, April 28, 2019. Via The Hill, Trump to Bernie, act more outraged when DNC screws you. President Trump lashed out against the Democratic National Committee in a pair of late-night tweets Saturday and accused the organization undermining Senator Bernie Sanders, Vermont, presidential run. In a couple of tweets on Saturday night, Trump claimed that the DNC was working its magic in its quest to destroy crazy Bernie Sanders for the more traditional, but not very bright, sleepy Joe Biden. Here we go again, Bernie, but this time please show a little more anger and indignation when you get screwed. He continued that the POTUS chose Saturday to rub salt into the wounds is likely no coincidence. It was on the very day that thousands of house parties were held by Sanders followers to gear up for what will be a titanic clash with the party establishment. Free Trump/Melania coin, limited supplies remaining. The screw job is already in progress thanks to propagandist David Brock, a longtime Clinton lackey whose vast apparatus will be mobilized for the operation to stop Bernie. David Brock wants to start anti-Sanders campaign. https://t.co/xhsig5a, Free Beacon, at Free Beacon, April 16, 2019, according to a recent New York Times article. Some in the party still harbor anger over the 2016 race, when he ran against Mrs. Clinton, and his continuing resistance to becoming a Democrat. But his critics are chiefly motivated by a fear that nominating an avowed socialist would all but ensure Mr. Trump a second term. There's a growing realization that Sanders could end up winning this thing, or certainly that he stays in so long that he damages the actual winner, said David Brock, the liberal organizer, who said he has had discussions with other operatives about an anti-Sanders campaign and believes it should commence sooner rather than later. The discussion about Mr. Sanders has to date been largely confined to private settings because, like establishment Republicans in 2016, Democrats are uneasy about elevating him or alienating his supporters. The matter of what to do about Bernie and the larger imperative of party unity has, for example, hovered over a series of previously undisclosed Democratic dinners in New York and Washington organized by the longtime party financier Bernard Schwartz. The gatherings have included scores from the moderate or center-left wing of the party, including Speaker Nancy Pelosi of California, Senator Chuck Schumer of New York, the minority leader, former Gov. Terry McAuliffe of Virginia, Mayor Pete Buttigieg of South Bend, Indiana, himself a presidential candidate, and the president of the Center for American Progress, Neera Tanden. He did us a disservice in the last election, said Mr. Schwartz, a longtime Clinton supporter who said he would support former Vice President Joseph R. Biden Jr. in this primary. Free Trump 2020 flag, limited time offer that such heavy hitters as Pelosi, Schumer, Terry McAuliffe and media sensation Mayor Pete Buttigieg are scheming in private shows that they see Bernie and the millennials who have been seduced by the socialist snake oil as an existential threat to their own power, although if he keeps proposing crackpot ideas like giving the Boston Marathon bomber and convicted child molesters the right to vote, he may implode and spare them the dirty work. Leave it to Trump to stir the cauldron which is already bubbling with resentment. You might like Let's Block Ads. Why?